Hi, DelusionDispeller here to tell you a little bit more about the story. Okay, so the phone rings. It's Pastor Penner. Hi, how are you guys doing? Great. What's going on? Nothing. We're just outside working in the shed and stuff. Oh, well, I was wondering, Sherry and I and his mother-in-law, who also runs the church, decided that we'd like to sit down with you guys and talk to you. I know we've had some, talks in the past, but we all kind of wanted to be on the same page with everything that's going on. Okay, fine. Now, I have to let you know, we had become members of this church, much against my agreement at first. I had to pray about it a long time, and then I just like, okay, fine. My husband likes the place. We'll become members. Plus, I can't be on the worship team if I'm not a member, so I'll join. Okay. I will tell you something right now. Every time I've joined a church in my entire life, I end up leaving that church in a very bad way. So that's why I was very hesitant about becoming a member. But because I respect my husband, and this is where he felt at first he wanted to be, I joined. Okay, so we went to the membership meeting, became members, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the Pastor Penner, is like, well, since you guys are members, we said we'd sit down with you and talk things out if you decide to leave and, whatever, and we want to do that. Are you guys, open to that? Sure, no problem. I think that's a great idea. And then in his next breath, he says what we had become accustomed to hearing almost every week. And we heard how you were saying such and such about this person and that person to this person and blah, blah, blah. None of which we ever said, mind you. We heard how you were talking against the church and you said this against me and you said this against Sherry and blah, blah, blah. And we just want to iron everything out. I was so frustrated. You have to understand, every single week I would get these calls from him about, I heard how you were saying blah, blah, blah. And I was never saying any of that stuff, and neither was my husband. So we were getting pretty fed up with it. So here I'm thinking he's calling to reconcile, calling to talk, whatever, work things out, explain things. No. He apparently, if he was calling about that, he wanted to throw a little dig in there. We heard how you were saying blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, I'm used to being accused of everything under the sun. So all of you flamers and spammers and trolls and whatever you are out there, and just nasty people that want to put me down, just know that I've been down this road a few thousand times at least, and I'm used to it. And that's why, as most people say, well, you handled them so well. I'm not saying I'm handling you well, but I am going to handle you in a sense, verbally or textually, actually, because I don't appreciate false accusations against me. If I'm guilty of something, like you say I'm fat. Okay, hey, I'm fat. Yep, you know what? Here, see? I got a belly on me. Woohoo! I am fat. I'm not skinny. Big deal. Whatever. Okay? I'm real, too. I'm very real. I'm trying to lose that fat. So that's an accusation that's true. I am fat. I am overweight. Okay? But don't accuse me of not knowing the Bible, of handling people that are in toxic situations the wrong way, of accusing you of things like being a narcissist. If you're showing traits of it, I'm going to call it like it is. So anyways, on that note, that's what that's all about. So yeah, I'm on the phone with him and he's saying all this stuff and I'm getting livid. At this point, I hand the phone to my husband and I say, you know what? Talk to himself, because I'm just going to lose it. I can't handle this anymore. I'm tired of every time he tries to talk to us and act like he's going to be nice. He starts this, I heard how you were saying, I heard that you did this, I heard that you did that. None of which I ever did. None of which either of us ever did. So I hand him the phone, and the next thing I hear is a few expletives, because my husband, he came from a rough background. He was raised by Hell's Angels. God's still working on the whole swearing thing with him. So he was blankety, blankety, blank, 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 and you call yourself a pastor, you're nothing but a hypocrite. How dare you treat us like this, blah, blah, blah. And then he came in and he said, so do you want to meet with him or not? I said, are you serious? I don't want to have anything to do with him. I don't want to talk to him. So, okay, that blew over. And we started going to a couple other churches in the meantime. And then as time went on, something interesting happened between my husband and I. And I'll share that in a moment. Thanks. Stay tuned.